Those are overrated.
I like the green onion and sour cream
nacho
too.
Doritos better than nacho cheese.
Keep this beat going because I want to play this Draymond cut because this is how I'm feeling. The vibes are good. This song used to make me feel good at night. Made me feel good. And this quote makes me feel good.
Last year we had an awful team as far as chemistry goes. It was pathetic. But chemistry has been a strong suit here. That's why Steph has been here for 15 years, Clay's been here for 13, I've been here for 12, and Luna's been here for 9. Because chemistry is a strong suit, and Andre Iguodala. The list goes on and on. That's why so many guys have been around here for so long, because the chemistry is what we've hung our hat on. Well, you look at last year and you say, oh, man, this team hasn't lost a Western Conference series under Steve Kerr. And then it happens. The big reason why is our chemistry sucked. And so, I don't look at that as, oh, man, like this is a team that we've struggled with chemistry. I mean, yeah, we struggled with our chemistry for years. It was a one-year thing. Things, stuff happens, and it was an anomaly. But, we're right back where we need to be in that department. And most importantly, I think there's still room and will be growth in that department.
You're so happy. I'm happy you're happy.
I'm always happy, believe it or not. I get to wake up in the morning, wake up the city. I'm always happy.
But there's a glow about you when Klay Thompson hits a game winner over Sacramento when Sabonis had given them the lead with less than 20 seconds to go. Bonte.
I was talking to somebody.
It was like a checklist of happiness for you.
Well, I was talking to somebody yesterday. They pulled me over. Not in my car, but
I was going to say
walking to
officer.
Chase Center.
Yeah.
They've been around the NBA for a long, long time. They said, Bonte, man, I love it when you defend Klay Thompson. I said, why? I said, Bonte, how can anybody say somebody had a bad year when they led the league in three-point makes and shot 41% from the perimeter and had two of the best offensive months of his life? I said, you're preaching to the choir, homie. I'm not worried about it. Killer Klay is here. Killer Klay's a Warrior. Joe Lacob looked at us in our eyes a couple weeks ago on a Warriors Wednesday and said, if Klay wants to be here, we want Klay to be here. He wants to be here. So my guess is it will get done. So everybody, what did he say? Everybody needs to just chill. And then he doubled down a week later on Warriors pregame live, brought to you by Comcast Business on NBC Sports Bay Area. He said, like I told you on the radio show last week, everybody needs to chill about Klay. If the Warriors want him, if he wants to be here, he's not going anywhere. And he's going to continue to hit game winners for this team. And he's going to continue to be a lethal three-point shooter. He's going to continue to draw attention from defenses. So, yes, I do have a glow about me. The Warriors are 4-1. The vibes are back. This team is good. They were good last year. Hey, they made the second round of the playoffs. They did make the second round of the playoffs, and I get the vibes are back. They did make the second round, though. They're a Final Eight team in the NBA. But, yes, I do have a glow about me this morning because, one, Bruce Bochy won the World Series, and I'm so happy for him. And the self-righteous people out there in the world, they know who they are. Feel like they need to come down people's road and tell people how to do their jobs. But no. I get to wake up every day and look at the skyscrapers behind Joe Shasky, say I get to talk sports for a living. My dream job. My dream job of just working in sports. That's why I have a glow. There's never a bad day in the life of Bonte Hill.
Well, here's what I would say is Draymond Green just said that it was really hard to go to work.
Yeah.
And
you want me to play that again for everybody?
I think you do because I want to respond to that. And there's a conversation I do want to have here.
I got to see Tyler Miller yesterday at the Gatehouse.
Oh, yeah. How's my boy Tyler doing?
Oh, he's doing great.
He was dressed up as a priest for Halloween.
He's smoking a victory chopper in front of the Klay Thompson picture at Chase Center.
When is he not smoking a chopper, period?
Well,
whether
true.
it's a winner, a loser, a tie game, or a victory chopper.
Yeah, no, it's good. I feel also good because I'm wearing the GOAT shoes.
What's that? What do you got? What are those? Are those flows?
Those
what
are
are
the
those?
Steph Curry 11s.
11s. How'd you get them?
The future begins now. Shout out to Stoney. Shout out to the Curry brand.
Well, where's mine?
Well, you're not on television.
Come on.
But shout out to CJ.
Whenever I
CJ
get stuff, I make sure I get 2 and 3 of them.
Well, that's at the radio station. I didn't quarterback this situation. Another person quarterbacked this situation, so he had to look out for everybody at NBC.
See, now in The Sopranos, when they go and boost a truck, everybody gets a new TV, all right? Everybody gets a new stereo. So next time you boost a Curry truck, make sure that, a couple boxes fall in my direction.
I didn't boost it. I just got a text saying, hey, what size do you wear?
Damn.
I don't beg. I don't ask. I just answer. So they asked me, what size do you wear? I said
cool.
13.
Those look really
cool.
So, those look really cool.
That's what it is. It is what it is. By the way, I'll wear them at the first ever 95-7 The Game knockout tournament at Chase Center.
Nice.
How about that? All right? Roasters, if you want to get a few shots up at Chase Center, tune in all week. You got today, you got tomorrow, and then you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week to qualify. You better be listening at 7:30 because we're going to play another game of Know the Show. And Anthony Slater, our NBA insider here at 95.7 The Game, can't wait to get Slater back on the show. I love me some Anthony Slater. You better listen to what he has to say because we're going to play Know the Show. And we'll throw out the other number. I'm not going to do it now, but we'll throw it out, and you will have a chance to qualify to play or partake in the first ever 95-7 The Game knockout tournament. And then maybe I'll wear these Curry 11s.
Now, Bonte, the YouTube has gotten up to 100 likes. I want to get
103.
I want to get it to 200.
Can we get
all
to
right,
500?
I want to get it to 200. Let's get that
500?
YouTube page up to 200 likes live. So Draymond Green is addressing just after the game, feeling good, and I felt like a vulnerable version of Draymond Green, which I think is actually defiant. Draymond isn't my favorite Draymond. Vulnerable Draymond is, and I appreciated the candor here, and we can break this down, and I do want to break this down. So why don't we play it for those that maybe didn't hear it?
Last year was horse. It's hard to come to work. Y'all see me trying to do Clay's little paper airplane. It was hard to come to work, not fun, And so this year you see the joy, on guys' face when they come in the building. You got guys like staying over 2 or 3 hours after, just sitting around talking, getting here 2 and 3 hours early just to be here. It's like you start to see that and you're like, okay, this is a group that likes being together.
This group likes being together.
We know he makes millions of dollars, and so for a lot of people, it's like, hey, you make millions of dollars, you better like going to work, right? And I'd love to go to work for millions of dollars, and I understand that, but just remove that for a second. I actually found this to be one of the more relatable things that Draymond's ever said. I've had a lot of personal things going on in my life over the last couple of years, and there are certain days where I think I'm ready to go to work, and I'm trying to go to work, and I realize how lucky I am to have the position that I have, and I feel an obligation to come. And then we turn on the microphones, and I try to take some solace in, talking or whatever, and breaking down sports because I do love it and all that. And I'm just not as good as I want to be for whatever reason. Things from outside are dragged into here, and I don't want them to be, but there are times that happens. We've been in work situations that aren't even here at the radio station, but before, where I just hated the job. You know what I mean? And I was miserable, and I hated going in, and I didn't like the people that I worked with. There was either a boss or a coworker that I couldn't stand, and every minute while you were there, it made you miserable. Now, again, I know it's not real life because they're making millions of dollars, and it's a great compensation package for having to deal with some of those things. So maybe it's not relatable to the everyday person, but yes, Draymond, you were part of the reason of what happened, but when you are the one that's screwed up at work and you have to show up every day, you feel like everybody's analyzing your every spot. And maybe you had a little funk with somebody who you're working with, and that person won't let it go, and you're like, come on, man, we got to let this go. And it's ruining the vibe of everyone else, and now your relationship with that person is affected, and that person's affected, and you just can't go in and do the job, right? And I don't know, I understand what Draymond's saying here, and I appreciate him addressing it. Whether he's the reason that the chemistry was off last year or not, you can clearly tell that this is someone who's thought about this a long time, and he's saying, yeah, now I can actually feel like myself again. Because remember, you said it. Draymond kind of lost his voice to that team last year.
Well, he did. And look, I'm not going to harp on this all season long. What's done is done. He punched the lights out of Jordan Poole, all right? That's what happened. And the vibes that felt great when they were in Tokyo, Japan, apparently weren't all that great. And so that happened. So was it hard to come to work? I'm sure it was hard to come to work for Jordan Poole. There's no doubt it was hard to come to work for him. He got punched. And, nothing really was done about it. And so he had to come to work every day, thinking damn, my teammate punched me, a guy who had my back, and I had to sit at a locker stall next to him all season long. Now, there's reports about Steve Kerr wanting Draymond Green to take him out to dinner. Didn't happen. Draymond was like, nah. Whatever happened, that's what happened. And so was it hard to come to work for him? I'm sure it was hard to come to work for Steve Kerr, Hard to come to work for Steph Curry.
Yes.
Hard to come to work for Klay Thompson. Hard to come to work for Andrew Wiggins. Hell, Andrew Wiggins didn't come to work for 2 months because of personal reasons. Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody. You don't think it was hard for them to come to work? It was hard for James Wiseman to come to work knowing that he wasn't playing and getting sent down to the G League. Then he's getting called up talking about, I'm just happy to be in a big-ass bed again. Like, you know, so it was hard for a lot of people to go to work.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to come to work and talk about this team last year and try to brush over what was going on.
Well, it
was hard for me. It was very difficult to talk about this team and try to say, hey, they're a championship team. Yeah. They didn't have any chemistry. They didn't win their third road game until December 18th. Hell, they won 11 road games in all. They never had more than a 5-game winning streak. Hell, their 8-game homestand. When they won the first 5, we're like, okay, they're turning the page. Then they lose 3 in a row in the homestand. So it was hard for everybody to come to work. So, you know, I get where people will say, though, Draymond Green, you kind of caused some of the issues there.
You're not the victim.
Right. So you have to take accountability here. So I guess he's trying to take accountability here, but it was hard to work. It was hard to come to work for a lot of people. Not just Draymond.
But it clearly, so like, forget last year. Just to me, it clearly feels like everybody is on the same page this year. And they realize through their mistakes of last year, they can't repeat that.
Right.
And that to me is the big, like, if you continue to repeat the same mistakes as an organization, as players, as people, right? That's the definition of insanity, expecting different results. So seeing everybody pulling the rope in the same direction, seeing everybody getting along, and they're winning, and like all these things are falling into place. Now, B, they can hit a rough patch. And let's say they lose 4 or 5 in a row. And, you know, Wiggins or Kuminga's the odd man out in a rotation and a guy starts sulking. This could go sideways. But I appreciate that it does feel like early on, everybody realized we got to play nice and we got to stack wins. Check, right? They got to just keep this positive momentum going. And if they do, I think good things are going to happen.
Yep, no doubt. It will. And so the vibes are better. They're off to a good start. They're playing better basketball. They all got together before training camp, which was good. They've refixed the culture. They get this culture right again. The culture was fractured last year. There's no doubt about it.